Mitrom and Bandhuvam, this is your presenter J. Reddy at South Asia Maps. Today we are continuing our fascinating discussion further on partition of India or Balkanization of India or Ulsterization of India by the alienated ideologies, conversion-based militant creeds of Islam. Now Christianity also subtly jumped into the picture. This is part 13. The topic of present discussion is partition of India in the perspective of Islamic ideology is a continuous process. Entire earth, the rule has to be converted to Islam as per the theological requirements of its godling Allah itself. The major process or the weapon for this is called Ghazwa, also called Jihad, or raid or a war. Both are essentially the same, a little subtle differences. In India, we talk about Ghazwa-e-Hind. India, with respect to this Ghazwas, what are the various subtleties, nuances? The map is Darul Islam, this is the Allah's land, this is the Cyril Radcliffe Line or Partition Line, this is the enemy's land, Darul Harb or Darul Talwar, that is mean Darul Kuffar, the land to be sworded, to be put to sword and eliminated, called Jihad fi Sabilillah, a gibberish Arabic word that essentially means waging a gangster's war on the innocent people who doesn't subscribe of this hate-filled theology and ideology, that's all. So there are various subtleties. Partition of India as per Islam is a continuous process. These are some of the ideological, the doctrinal works from the work of Voice of India think tank, Mahayogi Sri Ram Swarupji, his close associate, intellectual Kshatriya of modern times, Rishi of resurgent India, Sitaram Goelji, and Mahagnani Dr. Coinrod Elst of Voice of India, intellectual think tank. They are considered to be Trimurti of modern Hindu Renaissance or Renaissance of the pagan native religion in Africa, Asia and America. Now, the jihad is also called al-Tawheed wal-Jihad fi Hindustan, a gibberish Arabic term, nothing but jihad against people of Hindustan, Kafirs. Also called Ghazwa-Hindustan, first started in Sindh by the Muslim invader Muhammad bin Qasim, who defeated Riots of Sindh kingdom, Raja Dahir, and occupied Sindh, converted into Darul Islam. Then the various subtleties. Then we have Ghazwa-e-Lahore, that is a Pakistan resolution passed by the modern day, the political party at that time, All India Muslim League, headed by Iqbal Jinnah and so many other leaders. Even though in political terms it is generally misleading, that is the Lahore resolution, Pakistan resolution. Essentially it is a jihad against the Kafirs called Ghazwa-e-Lahore 1940 or Jihad-e-Lahore 1940, passed on the famous today's Minari, Pakistan, or Minto's Park at that time, in the Lahore city on river Ravi across Shadara in the historic Bari Dub area. Then we have the Ghazwa-e-Panipat 1761, where the Afghan Islamic zealot Ahmad Shah Durrani and his local Muslim allies Nazib Khan and Shuja'ud-Dawla and Nazib-ud-Dawla and all other Rohilla Sardars combined and gave a decisive defeat against rising nationalist Maratha Sardars, that is the Battle of Panipat on the Saraswati Plains across river Yamuna region in the Karnal district north of Delhi. Then we have the great Ghazwa in Talikota. Talikota is a town now also called Rakasgi Tangadgi in the Krishna Bhima Doab near the river Don, that is the tributary of Krishna, in the Vijapura district, where the Musalman rulers, Shahi rulers of Bijapur, Ahmadnagar, Golconda, and Bidar and Berar decisively defeated the magnificent Hindu Empire and gave a decisive defeat to Generalissimo. Ramaraya was killed, collapse of that. Then the regular Islamic street riots are also Ghazwa, that we should not forget. Islamic gangsterism, every week there will be some riot are there in many parts of India, wherever Muslims live. That street riots are regular event, parts of Ghazwa. This Ghazwa even started when Muhammad started claiming he is the sole spokesman. Allah is knocking his door and give him a toll-free number. This is called Quran. He revealed everybody has to denounce their native gods and accept his version of Allah, which he hijacked from the pagan pantheon and turned Allah into a virtual monster, a jihadi, Ghazi, and claimed or self-appointed himself as his sole spokesman in the Hijaz region, that is Jazurat al-Arabia. That is, the street gangsterism started in Mecca when Islam was first proclaimed, is a continuous process. That is also a Ghazwa, a jihad, a war, a skirmish, its subtleties. Then, of course, when Nehru formed the interim government, when Lord Waverley invited them, when Congress party and Alice got a majority in the Central Assembly elections in 1945-46, and Direct Action Day was called by the Islamic local proselyte Zina, called Direct Action Day. Noakhali writes, Noakhali is a town and a district in the Chittagong region, east of Padma, Ganga and Surma, Meghna river in this area, that is close to Chittagong, south of Dhaka. Large-scale riots that unnerved the timorous, lily-livered, cowardice Congress leadership. They finally decided to part 5 subhas, Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan, Sarihad, and also to the Islamic Ghazis and Jihadis, and gave them Pakistan. Kohat riots in the Sarihad Suba, everywhere the Delhi riots and Calcutta riots, Direct Action Day riots, and so on. So even the calling of the Dawa conversion is a soft version of jihad. Recently in India, this is recorded 2022 May or so. There is the hijab, the headgear, head cover controversy, where Islamic females wear headgear, the hijab. That is essentially so telling, we don't like your culture, heritage, this is our way of waging a war. They want to go against the local rules or school rules and so on. That is a soft version of jihad. Even everyday talking, giving a call to azan is also a version of jihad and Ghazwa. That is called taqiyya. When the Muslims doesn't have the political military power, they can do this jihad. This is the lesser jihad you do with your tongue, and you will get the special benefits, favors of us. Even the normal thing, the jazakallah, inshallah, all these gibberish Arabic words you will be hearing from the Islamic proselytes is also a part of Ghazwa, jihad. Giving azan call 5 times a day, denouncing there is no God in the planet Earth except Allah, is jihad, Ghazwa, subtleties. They want everybody to denounce your culture, heritage, language, festivals, become a part of them under the religious imperialism, high-sounding Islam, the God, and all those nonsensical things, fictitious things that nobody saw. So essentially, Islamic ideology of Darul Islam is their land, enemy's land is Darul Harb, that is the land to be put to harb, or Talwar, or sword to be sworded. The converts are people who are enforced or accepted their children. This sterile belief system are called Momins. They prefer to be called Muslims. In the Anglicalized version today, they are called Muslims. And the rest of the people in the planet Earth, whoever rejected this, are not aware, are called Kafirs. And Allah of Quran declares a Ghazwa, jihad on them to subdue them. And once they are subdued, they say the darker period or your nonsensical heritage is called Jahiliyyah, darker period, and illam dawns on that particular land. There is no other reason other than you start reading the Quran, Sharia, Hadith, all these Arabic things, and once you turn your Muslims and denounce and your entire heritage. That's what that has happened. So India, jihad is a continuous process, not only in India, throughout the planet Earth. In Europe also now started, a lot of Europeans are not aware of this. In France, large-scale Islamic riots. Still the Muslim population there is less in number, so the intensity is not that much. And Muslims never held political power in much of the Europe, except that Rumelia region during the Ottoman empires. So the dynamics are very different. In India, they ruled for a lot of years, vast territory. So intensity, there is a more Islamic demography of Muslim proselytes, so the intensity is more. And even after partition, this has not gone, as we said, it is a continuous process. It doesn't ended on that day. So we have our interesting web channel on the YouTube. Please subscribe them, South Asia Maps, and there are more than 150 or so videos already presented for you. And this is the playlist. I will put it in the partition 1947. And you can see, if you Google that, Ghazwa-e-Hind, and you can see that Ghazwa-e-Hind, that is the jihad fi sabilillah, the Islamic war, how they are talking about where they have the political power. And you can see in Pakistan they are questioning Battle of Badr and Uhud and Khandak and so on. This is the everyone, the Ghazwa-e-Hind. It's very violent. There is no spiritualism there. Going, converting, just blindly closing the eyes. There is a fictitious entity called Allah. Everybody has to submit to it. And Allah sent the toll-free number to Muhammad. His self-proclamation, he appointed himself as a prophet. And he also appointed Allah as a sole God. Everybody has to convert. So the Urdu document here, the Quran, essentially the derivative of Bible. They're essentially conversion-based ideologies, Mahayogram Swarup says. And Battle of Badr is the starting point of the Islam and Ghazwa-e-Hind and all those things we talked about. That is in essence about the Partition of India series, the India, Ghazwas and Jihads, various subtleties. It is a continuous process of Islamic ideology. That is Jihad fi Sabilillah. Thank you very much, and we'll see you later. This is J. Reddy, South Asia Maps.